Today we're reviewing my mom's car. I'm with TheTopher, and this is a 2002 Volvo S60 2.4 liter inline 5-cylinder with a 5-speed manual. It's got a red exterior, a tan interior. I don't know how many of these there are.
I feel like this is the only one.
I've only seen like 4 red S60s from this era ever, and they probably weren't manual. This sat on a dealer lot for like months, and my mom loved it, and she bought it. And here we are. This car took me to school for years and years. She's the original owner. It has 162,333 miles on it. And it's a champ. It's a survivor. She's done all the maintenance, done all the things, put way too much money into this car, keeping it running and going and perfect. But let's walk you guys around it today, and we'll take it for a drive. Boy, it cleaned up beautifully. We just took it through the car wash.
That turned out really nice.
Yeah. So, 168 horsepower, right?
170 pound-feet of torque.
170 pound-feet of torque. Okay, cool.
Front-wheel drive.
We were just talking. At least I don't never know the specs of like personal cars that I own or my family owns. We just know the specs of press cars. But yeah, it's 2.4 liter naturally aspirated inline 5-cylinder. The 5-speed. This is kind of the base model S60, but it still has a ton of leather inside. It's quite nice. It's got heated seats, a good sound system. This came on 16-inch wheels. This car needed a set of aftermarket wheels because the original wheels corroded so much that the tires started losing air. So a couple little rust bubbles here and there, but for the most part, it's a very, very clean car, and it drives awesome. This was kind of back when Volvo didn't have the largest back seats, but they're ample for kids or smaller adults. You've got a nice little armrest back here with cup holders.
I'm just like picturing little Topher in his sweater vest, riding to school in this.
I would 100% be riding to school in this. Yeah. So I started off riding to school in a Volvo 240, a 1991 240. That was a sedan. And then a Volvo 850 sedan, 5-speed manual. And then in 2002, we bought this S60. 5-speed manual. So
never know your dad was a professor, would you?
How could you tell? That's a solid Volvo door close right there.
Looked in the trunk.
Yeah, there's just some original
floor
carpet floor mats. Probably like never even used.
Yeah, they look really nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fold down the back seats. Oh, this is nice. When you go grocery shopping, you can fold this up, and all your stuff doesn't fly around.
Bags.
And you can hang bags. Yeah, and you can even secure things.
Why don't they do this now?
This is just good.
That's the best design I've
good
ever
Scandinavian design. Yeah.
Because I get irritated when things flop around in the car.
Oh, I know. It's very irritating. And there's 2 grab handles here for the trunk. Isn't that nice? Love the font that Volvo used for the S60 and Volvo badging back in the day. The most important thing with these cars, to keep them looking good, is to take good care of the plastic trim. In 2005, they painted that, but I prefer the plastic contrasting with the paint. I think it looks really nice. So my mom is selling this, which makes me sad, but there's no reason for me to buy it or hold on to it.
Yeah, and I also kind of want to buy it, but I have 70 million cars. So,
yeah.
We're showing it off to all of you today.
Yeah, so you have the opportunity to buy my mom's car. Who knows? We already have a couple interested buyers. It may sell soon before this video goes live, but who knows? So yeah, we're gonna drive it. My mom just bought the SC430 that we just filmed. So we filmed that at the dealer at Gene Buttman, and then I went home and told my mom about it because she's always wanted one.
Yeah.
And then she went and bought it because she's always wanted one.
And it's the right color.
And it's the right color. And it's funny because this kind of also has like a kind of a feminine design. Like it's very like just kind of shapely, and the headlights look like they have mascara around them.
Yeah.
And the SC430, same story.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car. This is such a nice design back in the early 2000s.
Is a great looking car.
It's gorgeous.
This whole era of cars in the early to mid 2000s. They're underappreciated, but it's a very cool era.
Aston Martin line to the taillights.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really a stunning design. Chris, hop in, give it a little rev. I want to hear the exhaust from outside, because inside it's pretty quiet. Sounds like a 5-cylinder. Boy, this would sound amazing with a straight pipe.
Oh, it really
Whoa.
Really would. Yeah. I had a buddy in college that had a S60R, and a day after he bought it, straight piped it, and it just sounded like a Gallardo was coming to and leaving campus.
We just need to make this a race car.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Lemon's car.
Lemon's car. Exhaust is still quiet, but it sounds like a 5-cylinder.
Yep.
All right, let's go drive it.
Can I just say also,
Uh-huh.
the door handles and the actual doors on this car have an excellent feel.
Oh my gosh, the clunk
weight.
is so solid.
Great clunk, but just the door handle itself, very satisfying.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing quite like a Volvo door close. Horn works.
Yeah, good.
I think everything in here works. Windows all work. I think one of the rear door locks is a little bit finicky, but that's about it.
It's worked for me.
Yeah. AC blows cold. Handbrake is nice and strong.
We have our
Ooh,
warranty
yes.
and service records as well.
There we go.
I believe.
Oh my gosh, there's like
Owner's manual.
1,000 service records for this car.
Those are in a safe place.
Yeah, that's in a different
But
location.
this is a very nice
Oh
material.
yeah, that's
the owner's
suede.
manual. Yep.
That's very nice.
So cool.
Cool. It's so strange driving this car because I have spent a lot of time in this car. I drove it quite a bit after college and took it on some road trips.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of been hidden away, just like in the garage, and you probably haven't seen it much.
It's been garaged its entire life. Like that's why it still is in such good condition.
Yeah. It really does make a difference.
Yeah.
Keeping your car sheltered.
It sure does.
I like the. Oh. Those are just mud flaps.
Yeah, those are just the mud flaps.
Yeah. I like the placement of the hazard switch.
Oh yeah, easy to access.
Yeah.
Volvo had good ergonomics back in the day, but this is my favorite button.
We're driving the Dodge Durango Hellcat this week, and it has the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's much harder to access because it's in the infotainment.
Oh gosh, that infotainment is dreadfully slow. You don't have to worry about any of that here.
So if you're looking at a Durango Hellcat, consider a 2002 Volvo S60.
Yeah, exactly. They have some similar features.
Yeah, they do.
It's weird driving this because I haven't driven this in like a few years.
Yeah.
It feels exactly the same as it always has.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing's different. A lot of the miles were put on all at once. So I think my mom stopped taking me to school in this, and I got my license at about 130,000 miles, and it has 163 right now, almost 162. I believe it's the original clutch. It is the original clutch.
Yeah.
It's still strong. Shifts great. My 850 had an original clutch until we sold it at 210,000 miles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Clutches last a while.
Yeah.
You take care of them.
Exactly.
Oh man, it sounds cool.
It does sound cool.
Very muffled, but
Yeah, it's very muffled, but this engine is so smooth.
it is.
It even handles well.
Yeah.
It feels light. It's not very fast. You just gotta rev it out, and it goes eventually.
So I also have spent a lot of time in a Volvo S60 of this era because my good friend Matthew had one in college. So we rode around in that car a lot, and it never had any issues. And then it moved on to be our Lemons car.
Yeah.
And I drove it in the 24 Hours of Lemons.
This wants to be a race car.
It does.
Can you hear it? It's
Yeah.
happy. It's never been revved this high.
Italian tune-up.
Yeah, highway speeds here. No, that's so cool. That was a pretty sick Lemons car too.
Yeah, it sounded awesome. It was an automatic, not a stick, which
Yeah.
it would still be surviving right now if it was a manual. Unfortunately, we lost the automatic transmission, but every other aspect of the car was fabulous.
Yeah, these naturally aspirated manual S60s are so much more reliable than
Yeah.
the S60Rs or the turbo cars, just because there's less to go wrong here. She's had a few, little weird things like sensors and check engine lights that pop up every now and then, but they're just kind of BS emissions things. And to quote you earlier,
Yeah.
But I think she replaced the gauge cluster. That's a common thing that goes out with these cars, is all the gauges just kind of go bleh, and nothing works. But so that's new, which is good.
The gauge cluster looks really nice.
And then the rest is just consumables: suspension, brakes.
Yep.
Probably could use some new rear pads and rotors. Oil change.
You're not making any noise or anything though. I mean, this car drives great.
There's no suspension clunks or noises.
No.
Everything
You can
rides
tell
well.
that this car has been cared for since new, and that's the best way to buy a car like this, is from the original owner, someone that's cared for it.
Really rough section here.
Oh yeah, that section's horrible.
These seats are insanely comfortable.
Yeah, they are.
Just the best. Nothing like good Volvo seats.
This car is a weird spec because it has leather seats that are heated.
Yeah,
It has a plastic or rubber steering wheel.
that's right. Which has held up amazingly well.
And it has heated seats.
Well, all Volvos, like since forever, have always had heated seats.
Are you
because
sure?
because Sweden, yeah.
But not leather though. Because
No,
I've
not
seen
leather.
ones with
yeah.
cloth seats.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like our base model 240 back in '91 had heated
the
seats
240,
that were
yeah,
cloth.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I just
Sweden's
recently-
cold.
Sweden is quite cold.
Yeah.
Lots of mooses.
It's mice.
Moose.
Wait,
Meese.
mooses.
It's just moose.
It's not mice.
I always thought it was meese, but it's just moose. The plural of moose is moose.
Mace?
Mace. A lot of the new Volvos have moose avoidance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think this did pretty well in the moose test.
Oh, I'm sure it has to.
Just lovely.
Yeah, this would be a great daily driver for somebody.
It would be.
Put some crossbars on it, stick your mountain bikes up there,
That's right.
put an exhaust, and you're good to go.
You can even drive it a little bit spiritedly. It has newer Continental tires.
Yeah,
Handles well in the
DWSs, right?
snow. Yeah, something like that. I was like, go get these Continentals. They'll do well everywhere. Yeah. Cruise control.
And it works.
Yeah. It's just to like put a pen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my mom always had space pens, so she put her space pen in there.
Oh,
A red
that's cool.
space pen.
That's what I love about cars like this, like all the stories, like, oh yeah, my mom had her pens here, and
Yeah.
I rode in this car to school for my entire childhood. It's just cool. Look at this
There's
pocket
a
here.
little clip right here.
There's a pocket on the seat.
Oh yeah, both seats. So there's some Kleenexes in there. We should probably clean that out.
No, this is great.
Yeah.
This is a really nice car. You often get a sense when you're riding in a car like this, of this age, on if it's a good one or if it's been cared for, and you can really properly tell that this one has been.
Everything it's ever needed at the dealer, she's done. And more. Probably lots of things it hasn't needed.
I have I've got 2 big envelopes of all her service records that she
Yeah.
gave me, and it's pretty dang impressive.
Yep. No, it is. I'm gonna go up here, drive a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna have you hop in because you gotta drive this thing.
Yeah, I haven't driven it yet.
Yeah.
I've only driven it like 50 feet.
That's right.
The front of the garage to the back of the garage.
I've road tripped in this. It's about 30 miles to the gallon. 31 miles to the gallon.
That's impressive.
It's decent. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I feel like every sedan ever gets like 30 miles to the gallon on the highway. You know,
That's
from this
decently-
era.
Yeah.
It's pretty aerodynamic.
Yeah, more than a 240, which is just a brick.
Oh,
But
this is
it's a little bit softer.
post-brick era. It's so happy.
It is pretty happy. And it's red,
And it's red.
which is just so proper.
And it's such a bright red too.
It is, yeah.
It really is. It's stunning. It's never been like detailed. It's just thick Volvo paint.
Yeah. I love that this is what your mom went for, because people are just generally so dull with their car specs, and this is just cool. The fact that it's red, manual, tan interior, like.
She just like can't resist a red car on a lot. Her Miata's red. The Lexus SC430 is red. Everything's red.
Yeah. Yeah. Best color.
Yep.
Have you ever had a red car? Oh yeah, your Volvo 850R.
Yeah,
That's right.
850R.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your mom probably loved that car.
Oh yeah.
It's cool how it writes this out here before you close your door. Passenger door open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those are little messages that it sends you.
message center.
And we just went to the car wash in this. We haven't cleaned the interior at all.
No,
Like
we
we haven't like this could really clean up really well, and we haven't touched it. We dusted the dashboard with our fingers.
That's
it.
true, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kept it nice. It's just so smooth.
It's so smooth.
It's so smooth.
Yeah. The difference between this and like the 850 or S70, the NVH difference is huge.
Oh man, I really want this. This is really nice.
Just sell it to yourself. Get a commission, you know?
Oh yeah, this is.
I mean, you should buy it.
Ride is
Keep it in the
Yeah.
TheTopher fam.
Dude, the ride.
I know. This is like the roughest road in Ypsilanti,
Yeah.
and it rides amazing.
And it's easy to shift, pretty easy to rev match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's proper.
I like how
Steering
the
is,
steering is a little woolly.
Yeah, that's okay.
It could use some, Dureza tires or something. It's really sticky rubber. You could autocross this.
Yeah. All right, this is a big bump.
Big jump.
But soaks
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah. Seats are all manual, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And the backrests are adjustable with it's like a gear. You like turn it.
So you even got stereo controls here on the steering wheel,
Yeah,
which for 2002.
I know.
Damn. This was like BMW stuff. I mean, I think my E46 had radio controls on the steering wheel. I think. I don't remember.
The sound. It's too bad we don't have like a way to connect and play non-copyrighted music, because the sound system is actually quite good in this. There's a lot of speakers.
Yeah,
They all work.
got some
Nothing's
high-up
blown out.
speakers,
Yeah.
tweeters there.
My mom only listens to disco music, so I don't even know if
That's
there's a
funny.
disco radio
It's on brand.
station anymore.
I think the one you were playing in the car wash earlier was disco.
Oh, that was a little disco-ish?
Yeah. Long gears.
I know, they're really tall. At 5-speed, it stretches its legs. Yep.
You can almost hit 60 there.
I
You
know.
actually probably could if you're bouncing off the limiter.
I'm not sure if Redline is 6 or 7 in these. I don't know.
Oh.
I feel like in my 850R it was 7, and it just like has a red part in the tack at 6. Who knows?
Huh.
It's fine.
Have you ever driven an S60R?
Very limited time in S60Rs, and I've only driven like rough ones. So I like these slow, naturally aspirated Volvos, because they're
Yeah.
just ultra reliable. The powertrains will like never break. Like a bunch of other stuff may go wrong, electrical things, you have to replace like consumables, but this car will like always get you to where you need to go. We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, it's just a car.
It's
a good car.
just a good car.
You're back in your spot.
Yeah, this is it. This is where I sat.
I'm not your mother, but
No,
close enough.
we're not related. People
No.
seem to think
A lot
we're
of people
related,
think
but
we are. I usually just go with it.
you would have been cool to have as a brother.
Oh.
But it's okay. We'd be brothers from different mothers.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's a cool little place to put stuff here.
I was gonna say this is like, it's like they predicted the future.
Yeah.
It looks like it would fit a phone.
That's what it's for, probably. Yeah.
Actually, it looks like there's something in there.
Little nooks.
Yeah, there's something.
It goes deep. Yeah, there's probably something in there. I don't know. Oh. Huh.
Oh, is that a tire pressure?
It is. Yeah. Interesting. One thing that's always impressed me about this car too is just how much leather there is in the interior. Like, this is really soft where your arm rests. This is kind of got a little bit of softness too in the middle. Like, it's just very comfortable. Anything in the dash, it all matches. It's just this nice contrast, and the design of everything is really attractive. These trim bits kind of mimic the outside plastic pieces. Okay.
Back up just slightly so we can do another walk around.
For sale, $50,000.
That's right. Yeah, because we've sat in it, so it's worth it.
No, I just don't want to get rid of it. No, it'll probably be about much less than that.
Yeah. Take a zero off.
Take a zero off, yeah.
Is this? Oh, yeah, this is cup holders.
Yeah,
Nice.
cup holders.
Yeah, this is nice. I would love to. You know what? I rode to school in a Jeep Commander. This is more exciting than that.
Yeah, this is when this thing pulled up. I remember the
Oh,
first
yeah.
time I saw this car. I was in middle school, and it was like the pickup line at school. And this thing pulled up. I was like, "Oh,
That's a
it's
special
here."
moment.
And everyone was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh!" It was the only red car in the
Yeah.
parking lot. Yeah.
Plus, this may have been. Was this first model year for this car? 02?
I think 01 was.
01? Okay, so I mean, it was a fairly new design.
It
so
was pretty
striking.
new. Yeah, and we always bought new cars as like the next year was about to come out, and they would give like a bunch of money off on the previous year.
Sure.
So we always got stuff like for less than what it cost new, and we'd always buy like the base model. Usually the manual, because my mom doesn't like automatics. Yeah, even like the headliner, like all of it is.
Yeah, look
just-
at that.
just-
That would stick.
Oh yeah, and that's a big one.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Should get this thing out of here.
Oh yeah, just pocket it.
So.
There's also some Kleenexes on your side.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Well, I think that's all we have to say about my
That's all we have to
mom's
say.
S60.
Show the exterior one more time.
Yeah, we'll walk around.
Oh, here's the key also.
Oh yeah, that's
The
cool.
fob. There's two of these.
That's two of those fobs. Original Volvo fobs.
This red just looks fantastic.
I know, it really does look good.
Little block-off panels to where fog lights would be.
Oh yeah, yep. Headlight wipers.
Yeah. And glass headlights.
Oh yeah,
Proper.
that's why they still look nice.
Yes.
I mean, even like the underbody, I think is pretty clean in this. There's not a ton of rust. It's a little bit on some suspension bits and exhaust bits, but for the most part, it's pretty good. Little bubble right here on the trunk, and then right behind the mud flaps, and that's it. Everything else is rust free on the exterior. Little chip on the window here. All right, farewell S60. This might be the last time I see ya. Immortalized forever on the channel.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, Chris, thanks for joining me. I'm glad you got to experience this car.
Me too.
Yeah,
Special part of your childhood.
cool sharing it with you guys. And that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. You can't keep all the cars, Christopher.
I know.
You can't keep them all. You got to let some go.
I know.
You got to let them be free.
I struggle with that.
I know. I would love to keep this one. Sweet, that was good.
That was
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Good take.